Visions of Heresy, War, Darkness, Treachery and Death. I got this book as a gift from my girlfriend in Christmas 2020. It was quite a surprise. I know she's aware of my budding 40K hobby, and she's a very thoughtful lady. And so she went and found this. I'm not quite sure where she found it. I looked for it a little bit just to kind of see, I don't know, just kind of see what it cost, to see if it was like something that was out there a lot, or if she paid way too much to find it from somebody. I don't know how she got it, where she got it. I don't know if it's widely available, but it's gorgeous. And I hadn't filmed anything about this yet, because I wasn't quite sure how to handle the copyright issue. So I kind of dug around a little bit on the web about fair use, and so I think I fall fine under the fair use guidelines. I'm not, gonna make. I'm not going to change the story. I'm not going to sell the artwork. And while it is, I guess, commercial use, since I have a YouTube channel. It's not monetized, but maybe someday it will be. Who knows? I'm kind of iffy about it. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of, I'm not going to talk about all the stuff in depth. I'm just kind of going to flip through some of the pages and show what's in here. Talk a little bit about what it covers, and just the bottom line, it's a gorgeous book. I really enjoyed it. I read it in like 2 days. It's mostly artwork, right? So you'll see lots of stuff like this awesome thing where you have some space marines fighting some, I guess, dinosaurs, and you have this. I know there's a name for it. Blanche. There's a Blanche Blanc. There's a name of this artist that does a lot of work for 40K. There's a name for this style of artwork. Now, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but it is arguably very Warhammer 40K. In this case, I guess it's Warhammer 30K, since this book is all about the Horus Heresy. I was just really impressed, and in fact, it's one of those hardcover books. And usually, when you take the dust cover off a hardcover book, you have a very nice but plain hardcover. This hardcover is not plain; it's actually printed. It doesn't have anything here on the spine. So, it's a gorgeous piece of art, and it's a gorgeous volume. And so, as I flipped through it, I realized that it's kind of a summary of the Horus Heresy novels. I'm not saying it goes through every novel and kind of summarizes it. It presents the information quite a bit more. It's pretty well organized. Like, it talks about certain events for certain chapters, and it's divided into a couple of different acts to kind of talk about different time periods. Here's some more of that artwork. And so maybe it's tough to see here, but you'll see, for example, the artwork depicts typically a character or a hero. And I assume these are heroes that are in the Horus Heresy novels. So, for example, here we have what I'm assuming is a picture of Grogor, which is, one of the probably antagonists of one of the novels. But it's, like I said, it's not all just pictures. There's a lot of, not all. There's a bit of narrative, and they kind of explain stuff. And so by the end of, what is this? By the end of, 450 plus pages or so, it basically takes you through the entire Horus Heresy, like what led up to it, the personal relationships the friction between the God Emperor of Man and his favorite son, Horus. Horus Lupercal? I don't actually remember his name. It's been a couple of weeks since I read through it. And when these novels first started getting released, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, something like that. I bought a bunch of them. I read them all the way through, and they were interesting. They were grimdark, like all of the Black Library's work. And so I don't know if you're curious about the events that led up to the Warhammer 40k universe as we know it now. Oh, look at this, man. That's gorgeous. That is Corax. Corax, I believe, is the Primarch of the Black Ravens or something Ravens. They're the emo guys, I think. Anyway, if you're curious about the events that led to the 40k universe as we know it now, it's a pretty cool book. I mean, you can browse through the artwork, you can get a better understanding of all the novels, or at least a bulk of the novels. I imagine. Well, no, I mean, obviously it goes through a lot less detail, so you don't get the dialogue for the most part. You don't get a lot of the what makes a novel great. It just takes the major plot points and says, hey, this is what happens. These two guys had a fight. This guy doesn't like the other guy. That sort of stuff. Yeah, it's this was a short one. I don't know. If you have a chance to take a look at it, to pick it up, it'll catch you up for sure. Anyway, hope you're having a happy 2020. Okay, well, tonight was kind of a rough one if you're an American. January 6th. Yeah, it was kind of a rough one, but that's what YouTube is here for. Escape. Good night now.